Good evening, everyone. I'm Tim.
And I'm Amy.
And we're Coasters and Cosplays, and we are here with a brand new vlog. We're continuing our Northeast Coaster road trip, and we find ourselves here in Toronto, Canada, actually a town called Vaughan in Ontario, Canada, for a place called Canada's Wonderland. And I've been wanting to come here for so many years. They have 18 roller coasters here. It's the most amount of roller coasters out of any park in this old Cedar Fair chain. Obviously now that the merger happened, Six Flags Magic Mountain still has the most with 20, but this one has 18, and 18 that adults can ride as of this year, so we're excited to get on all 18. We're here about 4.5 hours before the park closes, so we don't expect to get everything done today, but we have all of day tomorrow and even the potential to be here on Tuesday, so we got a lot of time set aside to really explore this park because there's so much to do. There's not just 18 roller coasters, there's a ton of flat rides, and yeah, just so much stuff we want to do. So come and join us for our first ever time inside Canada's Wonderland, the premier park in Canada. All right, made our way through the entrance plaza, and we're now here inside the park, greeted by this gorgeous fountain package with the mountain in the background. So excited to go check out these rides. All right, we head to the left from the front entrance plaza. Figure we knock out the worst coasters known to mankind of Vekoma SLC and of Zamperla Volare first. So yeah, let's just get these out of the way. So first up, we've got Flight Deck, and it's their Vekoma SLC. Gonna go see just how bad it is. We typically don't like these things at all. They're pretty headbanger central. We just got off of our first coaster here at Canada's Wonderland, the Vekoma SLC, which stands for Suspended Looping Coaster, but I think it should stand for Suspended Looping Crapola, because yeah, that thing is not good. The restraints are so claustrophobic, like you barely have any room to move your head, your shoulders, you can't even move, like you can't even put your arms up because you're just like locked tight in there. Yep, don't enjoy that whatsoever, so definitely a one and done coaster. Speaking of one and done coasters, right next door is Zamperla Volare, which we've ridden one of so far and we didn't love it that much, so gotta go get it the credit. But yeah, we'll see you over at Time Warp. Woo! All right, the time has come. Gotta do our second ever Zamperla Volare roller coaster. Our first one we did was last year at Coney Island. Check out that vlog if you haven't already. That one, we were expecting it to be awful, and it was slightly better than awful. So we can at least hope that this one is like that. We'll see. I'm not sure. These things are notorious for not being enjoyed by people in the coaster enthusiast community, and also people that aren't in the enthusiast community don't even like these. So let's see how this one rides. These roller coasters you board literally standing up into the trains like this. You get locked in from the back, and then they tilt you down into a flying laying position. So I'll show you that in 1 second. We just got off of Time Warp. There's Zamperla Volare here, and I was hoping it would be at least as good as the one at Coney Island was, and no. That thing tosses you around in that cage like a rag doll, and yeah, not very smooth. And yeah, these two coasters right next to each other, they can both be taken out and a new smooth coaster should go in their place, because yeah, neither of them were good. What did you think of that?
Oh, the ride was atrocious. It was abysmal. In my opinion, the SLC at least was easier to manage than that was.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing that irritates me the most is the way operations can run with that station for loading and unloading. It's not like most places where it's a cubby, you go, put your stuff in, come out. It's they lock every single box between every ride, but they don't remember where your stuff is. And if you're not paying attention, you have to play guess where my stuff is. And everybody gets on and off at the exact same spot. And it's just, it gets clustered so quickly.
Oh yeah, it's very crowded in that little area where the cubbies are. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, I think they should just get rid of both of those and put a smooth, like B&M invert or some other, like, you know, looping, hanging from the track style roller coaster, and that would be much better than those two coasters combined.
Oh, by
but
far.
We're done with them. We're not gonna ride them ever again. We're gonna head to the next coaster. Hopefully it's something better than those. All right, good news. The next coaster we came across is Behemoth, their B&M hyper coaster, and we love these things, so this should definitely be more pleasant than the last two rides. Doesn't take much to beat the last two, so this should be excellent. Let's go get on Behemoth. We just got off of Behemoth, their B&M hyper coaster here. What did you think of that?
It was good, especially after the last two rides we've had. That was nice and good. Got some good air time. We were seated towards the back.
Second to back car.
Yep.
On the wing seats too. That's one of the hypers that had staggered seating. So yeah, we got the second to last car, the winged outer seats. Love that thing so much. Has a little bit of a rattle, but nothing too bad. But yeah, really good airtime on that, and yeah, easily the best of the three coasters we've done here, and definitely a really solid B&M hyper. Up next, we're heading over to the backlot stunt coaster that we've ridden multiple clones of at Kings Island, Kings Dominion, and a couple other places. So yeah, let's go give this a ride. I think we're gonna come back to this one tomorrow. It's got reduced capacity, and the line goes all the way over there, and the station's all the way over there. So yeah, we're gonna give this one a ride tomorrow. Up next, we're heading to Frontier, Canada, where they've got a wooden coaster called the Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, and a very good looking B&M dive coaster right here. So we're gonna go I think we're gonna go check out the wooden coaster first, and then we'll come back to this in a little bit. We just got off the Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, a wooden coaster that opened here in 1980, so it's 44 years old. And yeah.
The age shows.
Yeah, you can tell. We sat in a non-wheel seat, so the middle row of the car, second to last car. And yeah, we don't even want to try to ride that on a wheel seat because that was pretty bad on a non-wheel seat. Definitely needs some retracking in quite a few spots. There were, I will give it credit. It was a good out and back layout with a lot of potential if they kept up with it.
Yeah.
There are some really good airtime moments both on the going out and return trip, and I'd love to see them continue or really just do the new wood on most of that. And it'd be a great wooden coaster. It just needs some TLC.
It needs a lot of love. It's got a good layout, it's got a lot of potential, but it needs a lot of love.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyways, next up, we're standing right next to their newest thrill coaster here. It's Yukon Striker. It's a dive coaster, it's huge. You probably see on the internet, it's used in a lot of clickbait articles because it's like, you know, really steep drop and holds you at the top. So let's go give this B&M dive coaster a ride. Here we are, the entrance to Yukon Striker. Look at how big this thing is. It looks so much fun. They even have a system for your loose articles that go in these little bins, and then they actually ride all the way up and across to the other side of the station for you. That's super cool. There they go. And just like that, when you get off the ride, your loose articles are waiting right here in these bins that you put them in on the other side. Such a genius idea. I really wish more parks did stuff like this, because this is such an easy way to get loose articles and make the boarding process so much faster. We just got off of this beast of a dive coaster, Yukon Striker. It's only 5 years old. What did you think of that dive?
Oh, it was so good. This is such a good ride. And the dive down into the little like tunnel under the lake is such a smart idea.
Oh yeah, so it's the same height as Valraven at Cedar Point, but because it goes into an underground tunnel, it actually is technically the taller drop of the two. So yeah, it's the tallest drop on a dive coaster, and I love that it does all the big elements back to back without a brake run. Almost reminded me of like a bigger version of like Emperor or Iron Menace. To be honest, the brake run slows you down so much, and then you just do like a little drop, hill, and helix. That part was okay. The shining part for me was definitely the first half of the coaster. Just back-to-back inversions, such a good sense of speed, and yeah, awesome dive coaster. Easily one of my favorite dive coasters, if not my favorite. Still need to think about it, but it definitely is up there. Such a good dive coaster. Anyways, we're gonna make our way down the path and see what coaster we come up to next. Gotta love exploring new parks because we don't know where we're gonna come up to next, so we'll see you over at our next roller coaster. Next up, we came to Kidzville. They've got three or four family/kids coasters back here. So we're gonna go find them and try to get on all of them. I didn't know this, but evidently they do character appearances in front of a Marvel background. Very interesting. I guess since we're not in the US, maybe they can get away with that. The first one we came up to is Silver Streak. It's a suspended family coaster from Vekoma. So let's go get in line and give this a ride. Something very interesting is they actually have a mic at the exit gate right here, and they use that to talk to the riders on the lift hill to tell them to, you know, keep your hands inside and, you know, make sure all your loose articles are kept away, stuff like that. So very interesting to see how they do it at different roller coasters here. We just got off of Silver Streak, their family Vekoma suspended roller coaster here. And what did you think of that?
Oh, that was such a pleasant ride. It was so nice. It's such a good family coaster.
Oh, for sure. And you can tell the ride ops there were having so much fun with it. They're getting everyone to clap and like make some noise on the ride. Yeah, easily the best ride op crew we've seen so far today as far as like customer interaction goes. Easily the best. And they were definitely getting those trains sent out. Even though it's a one train coaster, they were getting them sent out really quick and efficiently, which I appreciate. Anyways, anything else on that one?
No, just piggybacking on what you said. This has been the best crew we've seen because the other operations have not been the best. And we'll cover that more later, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that at the end of today or the end of tomorrow. We'll talk about our whole park thoughts. But yeah, this is definitely a good experience here.
Yeah.
Next up, there's still a couple more family coasters. One of them is temporarily closed right now, but there's still 2 more that are open according to the app. So let's go check out those other 2 family coasters. Amy spotted this and thought it was funny. There's a parents rest zone in the middle of the kids section. That's hilarious. Next up is Taxi Jam. It's an E&F Miler kids coaster. Before this year, they used to make you ride with a kid, but as of this year, they stopped doing that. So should be good to go get our credit, just the 2 of us. You can see where they covered it up, where it used to say that you must be accompanied by a child. No longer the case. So every enthusiast rejoice. Woohoo! All right, just got our credit on Taxi Jam. It's a cute one for the kids. I'm really glad that they finally decided to let adults ride without a kid, because it's always nice to be able to get your +1 without having to borrow a kid. So
Oh yeah, it's always awkward.
props to Kidzville Land for doing that on not only this one, but the other family coaster we're about to head to right now. So yeah, let's go check out the brand new, I think it was last year, the Snoopy's Racing Railway. Really excited. It's like, I think it's a double launch family coaster, so let's go check it out. All right, pause on that launch coaster thought. Ghoster Coaster's been closed the last few hours, and it's evidently reopened. So we figure we're already back here, might as well get the other family coaster that we didn't know would reopen today while we're back here. Oh, this is so cool. Got a little graveyard and a spooky house.
Get the unreliable one first.
Exactly, when this thing's been down the last 3 hours, definitely prioritize getting this when it's open for sure. Gonna go through the house. Is there anything cool in here? Is it just a purple house? Just a purple house. Oh, it's closed. Okay. Well, they literally just told us it's closed. I don't know why. It just reopened. I guess it's just closing again. That's really a bummer. Oh well, we'll come back to eat it tomorrow, hopefully. With Ghoster Coaster not being open, we've made it over here to Snoopy's Racing Railway. Opened last year, and really excited to give this a ride. It's by a manufacturer. I forget what the manufacturer is, but they've only made a few coasters ever. So yeah, let's go give it a check out. We just got off the newest coaster here, Snoopy's Racing Railway by, I guess the manufacturer is called Art GmbH. They're from Germany, and they've not made a ton of coasters, but that was awesome.
That was so nice. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Good Gravy with the launch. Nothing too intense, good for the family.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect family launch coaster. Like, it's not too intense, But yeah, super graceful. The launches have a little bit of a kick to them, but not too crazy where it would scare the kids away. And yeah, just a perfect addition. I honestly would love to see more of these get added to Cedar Fair parks, because this is the perfect family first introduction to a launch roller coaster. Such a great job, Canada's Wonderland. Such a good ride.
Honestly, most parks could use, like big thrill parks that only have like 1 or 2 little kid coasters, could use something like this as still a family coaster, but it's a little more intense as a step up before going to like a big rickety wooden.
For sure. After that, we have no more kids coasters that are open, because you saw a Ghoster coaster close right as we were walking up to it. So we're gonna head over and ride something a little bit bigger now. I think we're headed towards the Wild Mouse or the Boomerang, so we'll see you over there. Up next, we're gonna ride the Wild Mouse roller coaster here called the Fly. Looks to be a clone of the one that's at Knott's Berry Farm called Coast Rider. All I can say is I hope it doesn't have the shin guards that one does. So let's go see how this Wild Mouse coaster is. Great news, guys. There's no shin guards. Yes. We just got off of the Fly, which is their Wild Mouse coaster. And what did you think of that? You don't usually like Wild Mouse coasters, to preface this.
I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't too janky. I didn't feel like I was gonna be thrown around everywhere. It was actually a very nice ride. That is a Wild Mouse I would actually ride again if I wanted to re-ride.
Oh yeah, no, really smooth, very well taken care of, and I appreciate that it was just 1 lap bar, and unlike its sister at Knott's Berry Farm, it doesn't have the shin guards, because the one at Knott's Berry Farm has these bars that dig into your shins, makes the ride super uncomfortable. This one's great. Absolutely fantastic Wild Mouse coaster here. I give it an 8 out of 10. It was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah. So we're gonna head to another roller coaster. I think next up is a Boomerang, which we totally haven't ridden so many of this trip alone, let alone, you know, in our coaster riding history. But gotta go get the credit anyway. So let's head over to the Bat. Ooh. All right, the sun is now setting, and we're heading to the next roller coaster here. It's the Boomerang called the Bat. Even the catch car has a little bat face on it. That's so cute. There's officially a skunk here in the Bat Ride area. We just got off the Bat. We got the GoPro light on so we can have more illumination on our faces when it's darker out here. And we have very differing ride opinions, so why don't you go first?
That was one of the most intense Boomerang rides, and I can't stand it. I feel like I've been double punched in my face twice. I took so much force to the sides of my face that it even like slapped my jaw at one point. Not fun for me.
Yeah, no, I had fun, but that's because like I know the layouts so well by now after riding so many of them that like I know where to lean. And I appreciated how intense that was compared to other Boomerangs. I do think they could definitely make this better by getting the new Vekoma trains that some of the like Jolly Rancher remix that we just rode at Hershey Park has. That would eliminate head banging for everyone completely. We did hear the people behind us say that they got their heads banged up pretty good too. So yeah, if they just even got those new generation Vekoma trains that don't have head banging, I think that'd be a fantastic boomerang.
Yeah.
Like, the layout's great. It's got some force, intensity. Get the new trains on it. Perfect ride. Keep it here. Just maintain it and keep it how it is. Just get the new trains so people like her don't get their head banged up too much.
And that was the only reason I didn't like the ride, was just the amount of head banging and whipping around, because I also know the layout, but that doesn't prevent me from being whipped because I am also smaller than Tim.
Yeah.
So I get more force to the sides right here than he does.
Yeah, that's for sure. My face definitely sits above the restraints, and hers doesn't get fully above it because she's over a foot shorter than me. Anyways, we've done 10 roller coasters in the matter of 3 hours and 20 minutes so far. So we're having a very productive evening. We're gonna try to get a couple more, see, hopefully they keep the lines open till 10. We don't know how they do stuff here, so we're gonna find out. But yeah, let's try to get a couple more coasters in before the park closes. Up next, we're on the wooden coaster called Wildebeest. We just got off of, as I found out when we got to the station, Wild Beast, not Wildebeest. We're not at Holiday World.
Unfortunately.
But speaking of Holiday World and awesome night rides on wooden roller coasters, that was amazing. Like, yes, it's a bit bumpy,
But she's got some attitude.
yes. That was such an excellent coaster. I went in knowing nothing, and yeah, that thing just kept its speed almost the whole ride. Had really good lateral forces on a turnaround that was going really fast. Yeah, that was so good. We definitely want to come back, and when we come back tomorrow, we're gonna ride that again in the daytime to see how it rides compared to the nighttime ride we just had. But that was excellent. So yeah, definitely our favorite of the two wooden coasters here was the Wild Beast.
Yeah.
But we have a whopping 20 minutes until the park closes, and there's one big coaster we haven't done yet, and we think it's about time we go do it, especially because it's dark out now.
Oh yeah.
We think it's time that we do a night ride for our first ever ride on the B&M Giga Leviathan. I love this sign. It's got a Leviathan with some fog coming out of its mouth, some lit up eyes, and the mammoth of a coaster back there. Let's go give this a ride. We just got off of Leviathan right before the park closes. Their B&M Giga Coaster, the first ever B&M Giga roller coaster. What were your thoughts of that?
Oh, that was so good. There's so much floater airtime on that ride, and it keeps its speed really well.
Oh yeah, no, like that thing, I was worried because it does have a lot of tall elements, just like Orion does. So I was worried that it was gonna feel really slow through those tall elements. It doesn't. This keeps its speed even through the top elements so well. So yeah, I do rank this above Orion for sure. Not quite Fury level, but this was made years before Fury was, so we'll give B&M credit that for their first ever attempt at a Giga Coaster,
they did a
really good job. Cannot wait to get more re-rides on this tomorrow. We're gonna go head over to the front of the park and we'll wrap up our thoughts of our brief visit here tonight. All right, we just got through a couple of gift shops because we saw a design in the exit of Leviathan of a t-shirt that looked really cool, and they only had it in sweatshirts at that shop. And so when we were going through the exit gift shop here, we were looking through, and there was literally one t-shirt left of this design. I'm gonna show it to you right now. This thing is freaking amazing. It's got the Leviathan logo and the track inside of it. Oh my gosh. And it just so happened that it was for like my size. And I'm like, yes!
It's Tim's exact size. So we're gonna go back to the other store tomorrow and ask about the one on the mannequin to see if it's in my size.
Yeah.
Because if so, we can get me one also.
Yeah, so we're gonna try that out tomorrow. Cause yeah, usually mannequins are mediums and that's what she wears. So hopefully that's what it is so we can get her a matching one. Cause we, you know, if you watch our vlogs for any period of time, you know we like to wear matching coaster shirts. This is what we do. But anyways, wrapping up our time here, we had 4 hours. We got on 12 of the 18 credits in 4 hours, which isn't bad. Like we didn't know how many we were gonna get, but the fact that we got on 12 of the 18 in only 4 hours is very good. So we're excited to come back tomorrow because got 6 more to get on. And also there's so many flat rides that I saw, like, I wanna do that, I wanna do that, I wanna do that.
Oh yeah.
So tomorrow's gonna be a full 12-hour day here at the park, most likely, getting all the new coasters we need to get, re-rides, and so many flats. So make sure you stay tuned to that because that's gonna be a very fun long day vlog. And we'll get way more off-ride footage then because we got here later in the day, so we wanted to save the off-ride footage getting for tomorrow. So I got a little bit today, but most of the off-ride footage is gonna be from tomorrow. So if you saw any footage in this that was like, wow, that looks very sunny and daytimey, it's probably because we filmed it tomorrow and put it in for today.
Yeah.
Any overall thoughts of the parks for you?
The park so far has been very good. There's definitely a difference from when we first got here till later in the day, operation-wise. It felt like the first few rides we were on, basically before we hit the kiddie section, we were questioning, we're like, okay, this is usually, we would imagine better. This is very weird operations, the way people are handling things. And then by the time we got to kiddie coaster, we're like, okay, people are actually having fun, people are enjoying the, you know, having fun and getting the people pumped up. And then when we started hitting Leviathan and Wilde, I was like, okay, no, there's the energy we've been looking for.
Oh yeah, Leviathan Station tonight was like so rowdy. Everyone, the workers, the riders, everyone was so pumped. Almost took me back to Hollywood Nights last month. Just that vibe of just so many excited people to ride. And to be fair, it's an amazing roller coaster. So I am so excited to get back on that. But like she said, yeah, there was some hit or miss operations. Yukon Striker had great operations. The kids section had great operations. And Leviathan had great operations. And Wild Beast did too.
Yeah.
But some of the other ones definitely were hit or miss on the attitude of the employees and also the efficiency of getting the cars and trains sent out. Definitely hit or miss. So hopefully tomorrow overall is better. But we're gonna go get some sleep because it's been a long day. And yeah, it's been a very long day.
We're tired.
We're tired. We need to go to the hotel and get some sleep, especially because we're gonna be here for a long time tomorrow and ride a lot more rides. So I hope you have a great day and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.